cement according to Indian standard 4031 part 5. And in this experiment, the apparatus we'll use in the previous experiment already you have shown all the apparatus, although again I am showing the apparatus. This is trowel gauge. This is a V-cut apparatus. Here is our cement sample. And grease for oiling. Measuring cylinder for measurement of water. And this is called V-cut mold. Previous experiment in standard consistency test we used the needle that is called plunger, standard consistency, but in this experiment we will use this needle. This is called initial setting time needle, also you can say it is a type C needle. It is a 1 millimeter square type needle. And here is our balance. Total 10 kg weight and accuracy is plus minus 1 gram. In this experiment, we will take cement. Quantity of cement same 400 gram. And quantity of water 0.85 percentage of weight of cement. From ice code. So quantity of water will be 0.85 and that P is standard consistency of cement, standard consistency of cement. So previous experiment we found P 33%. So put here 33, 100. Weight of cement was 400 gram, 100%. So quantity of water will be 85% of standard consistency of cement. Total 112.2 gram. This is our water quantity. Now we will do the same thing. First we will make the paste and then we will go for the experiment. Now we will take 400 gram cement. Okay, it is almost 400 gram cement. Now we will measure water quantity. Here are the total 112.2 gram water. Now we will make the paste. Before mixing, first oiling the mold. and set the initial setting time needle here and lock it. Now we'll mix cement with water. Remember one thing, before mixing water, before adding water, immediately start the stopwatch. Here I am starting stopwatch. Mix it properly, homogeneously. Okay, almost our paste is ready. Now fill the mold. Now expel out the entrapped air by shaking the mold. And level the top surface with the help of trowel gauge. Now place the mold on the base plate of VCAT apparatus. Here I am placing. After placing the mold, unlock the hook, pull it up and touch here, and do the same as you did in your previous experiment. That was standard consistency of cement. Then slowly down, down. Now release your hands and allow the needle to penetrate. Now see the reading. So now you can see in the very first stage the needle penetration will show in 0 position. Means reading penetration is now 0 from the bottom of the mold. According to Indian standard 4031, when this needle comes to this point 5 plus minus 0.5 means 4.5 or 5.5. When the needle indicator will lie on that range, means 4.5 to 5.5 from the bottom of the mold, then we can say the time elapsing from when we added water to the time when the reading will show in between the range 5 plus minus 0.5, that elapsing time we will call initial setting time. And you have to check this again after 5 minutes or 30 minutes span, and starting you have to do this in more frequent way, like we'll do the same after 10 minutes. Okay, now after 10 minutes again we are doing the same thing in different position. Still it is showing 0 reading. So we will check it again after 10 minutes. Okay, again after 10 minutes already total from added of water already 20 minutes already over. Now see the reading. Here you can see 2 millimeter penetration is showing here. 2 millimeter. Now we will check this in more frequent. And now we will again check this after 5 minutes. Now again we are checking the penetration value. Remember, each time test this in different position of this block. So now you can clearly see the value is now nearly 5 mm. So in this condition, from the bottom of this mold, the penetration depth is now around 5 millimeter. So after several times checking, now we are getting 5 millimeter. Now you can see after getting 5 millimeter penetration depth from below of the mold. In the same mold, now we will replace final setting time needle instead of initial setting time needle. Here is our final setting time needle. You can see there is in the center there is a pin that is 1 millimeter dia, and there is a annular attachment also that is 5 millimeter. One thing remember, after getting the value 5 millimeter penetration depth, immediately you should note down the timing. Now see, if you release this, just see here on the top surface of this paste, if you see, you can see there is clearly two impression is there. One is the middle portion needle and another is annular attachment. Two impression is there. So we have to wait till the time when only the 1 millimeter needle makes an impression on the surface of this paste, but the annular attachment means the 5 millimeter annular attachment does not make any impression on this surface. Start. Now after 2 hours, we are checking for final setting time. Still it is showing the impression of the center needle, also the annular attachment also. So we have to wait more. After 2 hours we will again check. Okay, after 2 hours we are checking this again. See, so you can clearly see the impression mark. See, here is both central and annular attachment, both impressions are here. So the result till we have to wait for more times. See, now the central needle, you can see the impression of central needle, but the annular arrangement does not make any impression on the surface of this block. Now we have to calculate the final timing, final setting timing. Now comes to the calculation portion. Now, weight of cement 400 gram, weight of water added 112.2 gram, percentage of water in mix 85%, needle penetration 5 millimeter, duration of time for initial settlement. First we added water at 10:30 a.m. and duration of time for initial setting time, and it was end at 11:45 a.m. So initial setting time will be what? 10:30, 30 minutes and 45 minutes, 40, 30, 75 minutes, total 75 minutes, which should be greater than 30 minutes, hence okay. And then duration of time for final setting time, water added at 10:30 am as the sample was same, and for final setting time that the annular arrangement, the 5 millimeter annular arrangement does not make any impression on that time was 3:37 p.m. So the duration time for final settlement will be the specified final setting time will be 5 hours and 7 minutes, that is 307 minutes, which is less than 600 minutes. So specified final setting time of cement for OPC, ordinary Portland cement, the final setting time should be less than 600 minutes and initial setting time should be greater than 30 minutes. Keep in mind one thing, during the experiment, the environment temperature should be 27 plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, and relative humidity shall be maintained at 65 plus minus 5. So temperature, room temperature should be maintained 27 plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, and humidity, relative humidity is 65 plus minus. So now from this calculation we can define the definition of initial setting time and final setting time. According to Indian Standard 4031 Part 5, initial setting time So initial setting time, the time period elapsing between the time when water added to the cement and the time at which the initial setting time needle fails to penetrate the mold 5 plus minus 0.5 millimeter from the bottom of the mold. This is a technical term. You can say, or another way you can define the initial setting time of cement. It is the time when we added water, and at that time in which the paste just starts to lose its plasticity. Means suppose 10:30 a.m. we added water 10:30 a.m. 11:45 a.m. the paste just begins to lose its plasticity. In another way, we can say, we can define the final setting time. It is the time when, suppose we added water 10:30 a.m. but we seen at 3:37 p.m. the 5 millimeter arrangement that does not show any impression. So we can say final setting time is that time when the paste completely loses its plasticity. Okay, thank you everyone, and we will see again in the next experiment. Thank you.